I know. Now, midline. Break. Ready. Set.
Marky Saint.
Let's go. It is J&J every day. Here with your boy Jason. Got my partner JC to my right, your left. And we back with another episode, man. What is this? Episode
252.
252. There we go. Episode 252 for y'all. And we just gonna kick it off where we left off. On Monday, I believe. And we had a Monday night game that we were anticipating. 23-17, the Seattle Seahawks were able to come out on top, man, over top of the Philadelphia Eagles. What do you... 6 sacks for Carson Wentz.
And another interception.
We knew that was coming.
Luckily, he had that second touchdown because it would have just been, I think it would have been 15 touchdowns for 15 interceptions throughout the season, but they got that garbage time touchdown. Mm-hmm. The score should really be looking like 23-9, but we'll let it slide.
Got a late Hail Mary pretty much.
For no reason.
Make it look good. They covered the spread. There you go. That make it look good. But like to your point, it's just why don't they run the ball? I think that's been a huge one for me. They have two very good backs in Miles Sanders and Boston Scott, two guys that are very good, and I think they're averaging over 4 yards a carry this season.
They've been down all season. They don't have time to be running.
Yeah, but they have been, but even when you look at how they start games, the game starts out 0-0. And I believe that, when they start games behind the 8 ball because they don't stay true to their running game. And they start dropping Wentz back. And here we go. Here goes Wentz, another 45 attempts, you know what I'm saying? Another 6 sacks because he's holding on to the ball. Doug Peterson is not making Wentz's life any easier. I think they should definitely be running the ball a little more. But look, 6 for 41. Those are the sacks. 6 sacks, 41 yards.
Yeah, their first three plays were all passes. Now, the next 2 plays after that, the first 3 plays were all passes, 3 and out. But the next drive, they ran twice for nothing, no gains. Well, 1 yard gain the second time, and then pass incomplete third time. I don't know. 3 punts in a row. Let's see what happened next one. Shotgun pass, only 3 yards, and then the penalty, another pass incomplete, and then a sack. The sack is a big problem. So you have 3 drives in a row, and the Seahawks haven't scored within this time either, but you've wasted 3 straight drives, and here goes a 4th 3 and out in a row, so that's 4 straight drives.
And on these 3 and outs,
a 5th straight 3. Never mind, that's 5 straight 3 and outs.
Can we on these 3 and outs? Can we get the pass to run ratio? Because again, I mentioned
the first drive was all run. All passes.
Yeah, but
second drive was 2 runs that had nothing going on.
Okay, they ran the start, no gains.
Third drive, there was no runs. 4th drive, no runs. There's another sack, though. 5th drive, there's an 8-yard run. So there goes your third joint. And then after that, there's a run for no gain. And then they have to punt. They finally score on the next drive. But you have all these drives. You have, what? We named 5 straight drives.
This one was difficult, to be honest, because you kept mentioning something. Sacks.
Yeah.
So this one, and a lot of the sacks came earlier downs. So this one, I will admit, it was difficult for them to stick to the run.
But
because
this is what they've been going through. And a lot of people were laughing or they thought I wasn't serious when I said this. I think Carson Wentz is really depressed. Like, he's changed his mechanics. It's not the same. He's having a rough time getting the ball out. And, yeah, his line is trash right now, but it's in his mind as well. You starting off the game like that.
It's definitely in his mind.
You starting off the game getting sacked. And it might even be more than football. I really think that there's something going on in his mind. He really might be depressed or something. Everybody's been having a hard year. I think something's just wrong with him.
I don't know what you can attribute it to. It's just, listen, he's not the same. And I don't understand what it is. I don't understand what changed from the injury, but gosh, it's just night and day. And it took me a while to get off the Wentz bandwagon because I was beating the drum. No, the old Wentz is still there. He's still, because again, what was it, 2017, I think, when he lit it on fire? And he was the MVP before he got hurt. He was lighting it on fire. He gets hurt, and to your point, Foles wins in the Super Bowl. That can mess with your psyche. I don't know. People want Foles. They don't want him. Maybe that's in it.
The locker room was divided
Ever since then, it literally has been. Okay, it has been a downward spiral. But I would want to say this year in particular, has been much worse than last year. Last year it was ugly. But last year, in my opinion, Wentz, it wasn't as bad as this year. Like last year, we can't forget, he still willed his team into the playoffs. And we were sitting on this show talking about how he's throwing to nobody out there. How everybody was hurt. All he had was the tight ends. And, he was still able to get them into the playoffs. So it wasn't a lost cause last year. This year, this is a lost cause. This is him with probably the same receivers, or if not, better maybe receiving core. Alshon came back than what he had last year, right?
Anything's better than not having Nelson Aguilar.
He's the worst.
If you don't have Nelson Aguilar, you're automatically better.
He's the worst. But no, seriously, this group of receivers it's no worse than it was last year. It's no worse than it was last year. But Carson Wentz is performing way worse than he was last year.
And
I
can
just
tell
don't
that
understand.
Doug Peterson thought that this would end maybe earlier this year. Like, he did not expect him to continue throwing these interceptions.
Look, and we're getting on him. We got on him last year. But I brought up last year because, again, for as much flack, 27-7 last year. 27 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Like, it wasn't, they were 9-7, a lot of ups and downs, 27-7. He was still a very good, serviceable, above average quarterback. He was very good. This year, to your point, he got lucky throwing 2 interceptions. He's 16 touchdowns, 15 interceptions on the season. And, it's not like, I know, like you said, the line's banged up, but it's not like the team is just drastically worse than last year. No, Carson Wentz is drastically worse than last year. So, yeah, I don't know. But Seahawks, we're spending too much time on the losers, man.
Well, before we go on,
No, you got more. Let's kick them while they down.
Are you ready
Let's kick them while they down.
To put in Jalen Hurts?
No, listen, it's bad,
Still?
but bro, I'm not, because I don't think 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, I don't think Jalen Hurts is better than Carson Wentz. That's my thing. If I thought that the backup was better, I just don't think Jalen, and again, the division is not lost. It's not lost.
You're going to lose it messing with this.
I know, but Jalen Hurts
You're going to lose it messing with Carson Wentz.
Jalen Hurts
Why
is
is
not
Jalen
an
Hurts
NFL.
not it?
He's not, bro. He's
Why?
not an NFL throwing
Why?
quarterback right now.
Why?
Because from what I saw in college, the last time I saw him, that
2
was
years ago, and then now you still don't want to give him no chance?
2 years
and what did
ago,
he do wrong?
He got
2 years
drafted
ago?
this year.
What did he do wrong?
I
know he was in college 2 years
I know,
ago.
and he was a serviceable
What did he do wrong?
drop back quarterback for the NFL. I don't believe that he's at the point
Why?
where he can read defenses well enough.
So you're saying because he can't read defenses?
No, I'm not. I don't believe that his arm talent at this moment. I don't believe he's ready right now to be an NFL starter. I don't think he's good enough. I don't think he's good enough.
Why? I'm saying what? What is he not good at?
I don't believe that he'll be able to diagnose, break down, and read the defenses well
enough. Is Carson Wentz doing it?
I don't know, but I think he'll do it better than Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts gives him a better mobility factor, but again, from a throwing standpoint, making throws in the tight windows, you know what I'm saying? And being able to look off safeties.
You're wrong.
Make a man go that, make a man go this way. I don't believe Jalen Hurts is there. Last time I saw him at Oklahoma, again, he was very good, but I don't believe he is there. He got benched he got benched in the title. Yes, to Tua, but because he throwing the football
against Clemson.
Against Clemson, but we always knew before then that Jalen Hurts was runner first, then passer. But against Clemson, it got so exposed that he had to be
We can move
benched.
to the Seahawks.
But yeah,
I think you're wrong on this one.
Hey, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't care about the Eagles. Let them struggle. You put whoever you want in the lineup. Jalen Hurts, Carson Wentz. I think the result is still probably going to be the same. I just think you might have a slighter better chance with Wentz. I don't care who y'all throw in there. Listen, I'll be happy for Jalen if he gets in the game. But I highly doubt, again, I highly doubt whether we think he should or not. I think you probably can agree that I really do doubt that Doug Peterson will go that route based on what he said so far this season. But we'll see, man. We'll listen to your point. We'll definitely see. And whatever happens, happens. Jalen Hurts, stay ready, baby. But your Seahawks, well, not your Seahawks, the Seahawks, how they look to you? DK Metcalf, the big talk was DK versus Darius Slay. Oh, man. And I love Darius Slay. 11 targets, 8 completions, 171 yards. And that was when Darius Slay was guarding him. That was when they were matched up. Man, he had his way. It was bad. And more on DK. Through 11 games in 2020, he's had 9 games with at least 90-plus yards or a touchdown. In 18 games in 2019, he had 7. So, productivity ramping up. He's just getting better as they go. But it was a game the Seahawks pretty much had in hand from the jump. We expected them to win, and they did win. I honestly don't have much on the Seahawks side of the ball except the run game.
I don't really like their win. I feel like they should have scored more points.
But
they have an easy rest of the way. So they're just going to prepare for the playoffs. They have the Giants, Jets, Washington, Rams, and the 49ers to finish off the season. So
they do have an easy rest of the way, but I would advise everybody to not maybe pay attention to the rest of their win-loss the rest of the way, as opposed to how the team looks, how they look during these games. Because they can win these games out. But again, if their running game doesn't start to get going through these weeks, they can run the table. You know what I'm saying? And be 13-3. I'd still look at them with a lot of questions going into the playoffs. Because I know in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? Russell Wilson, Superman, it's it's tough to be able to win a title like that. And their running game, running backs have been hurt a lot during the season. And when they haven't been hurt, it's just been very difficult to get them going. So I'm really looking at this running game, man. And yesterday, 30 carries for 76 yards, 2.5-yard average for everyone who touched the football running the ball. That's not going to get it done. Going up against the Arizonas, the Rams, the Saints. So keep an eye on how that fares out. But to your point, they got through the gauntlet of their schedule, man. They're going to cruise. Shoot, 20 minutes, bro. We got a game kicking off in 20 minutes. Steelers, Ravens, supposed to be played 6 days earlier on Thanksgiving. They booted it back to Sunday, then Tuesday, and now it's being played today at 3:40.
We won't have a Thursday night game either?
No. I don't believe so because of all this shuffling. Was
the Thursday night game supposed to be Cowboys and Ravens? Because there's now a Cowboys and Ravens game on Tuesday.
Yeah, I believe so.
Man, look.
It's just Washington. Yeah, so we have a lot of things.
On to the next week because I didn't even want to talk about the Ravens and Steelers. We done talked about them 3 times in a row.
What, Ravens and Steelers?
Yeah.
Yo, no, I was just mentioning that they were playing today, 3:40.
What I'm gonna say, yeah,
we got the
Steelers weird time
because the Ravens
don't have anything.
Yeah.
Oh, but should this even be? Should this season even be continued?
We're in too deep. They're going to continue it. But here's why I'm beating the drum. Here's why I think I validated my point speaking on the Broncos game this weekend. That game should not have been played. They have postponed. This Ravens game is finally getting played. They postponed this Ravens game 3 times now. 3 times. 3 times because people have got COVID. But at no point during people getting COVID has there been not enough guys to fill out skill positions. Whereas the Broncos did not have the most important position, quarterback, and they were still made to play the game. I thought it should have been postponed. So I just wanted to say, prove my point. They should have not been out there. The NFL is just greedy and money hungry.
I don't even think it's the money. I think it's the optics. Like they start
the
canceling.
optics.
They start. Look, the thing is. Listen. The thing is, through week 12, they will have played 100% of the games.
Yeah.
That is the optic that they're trying to look at. Like we went through it, and everybody has played their game. Now we say, hey, we have to just move this to week 18, or I don't know how you would have done that, having 2 games postponed in 1 week. You see how hard it is. We got it Wednesday afternoon during 3:40 p.m. That's as hard, and that's probably the last day that they could have ever had, to get anybody. So imagine doing that with the Broncos. And like I said, John Elway, he's probably first in line to protect the shield after Jerry Jones. He's going to throw it out. He's going to play them games. Win or lose, they were going to lose anyway.
Yeah, I'm just letting it be known. It could have been done easily. It should have been done easily. NFL just greedy.
You mean like Broncos postponing to like Wednesday, like today?
Man, the game did not have to be played on Sunday as they're making it seem. It did not have to happen. I've watched the team's game, but postponed 6 days. Listen, the game did not have to be postponed. Played on Sunday. It was not a do or die situation. It was not a life or death. This is not week 18 or 16 where it's the last week of the season. They could have figured something out so they could have had a legitimate quarterback. That's why I kept beating the drum.
I think they wanted to be able to
Ravens and Steelers, they're riddled with COVID people. But at no position is there not enough guys to go and play the game. And it has now been postponed from Thursday to Wednesday. Broncos did not have the most important skill position on the field, and they still had to play. That's all I want to say. But speaking of moving games, Washington, because the Steelers game has been shuffled around so much, their game is now Monday at 5 p.m. And we are going to cross our fingers and hope that nobody else gets COVID and that game gets pushed to next year or something. But yes, Washington now plays on Monday at 5, so we'll have a doubleheader. We'll get into all that later in the week. But yeah, fun stuff. Oh, and a little fun fact of why the game is at 3:40 p.m. today. It's a case of your poor planning does not dictate what I do. So NBC, the NFL wanted the game obviously prime time. NBC said, prime time tonight. We are airing some Christmas tree lighting ceremony.
Oh yeah, it might even be the White House joint.
Yeah, that they were determined to show, and they basically told the NFL,
it's a tradition.
hey, look, we got a 3:40 time slot for you. Take it or leave it. And listen, the NFL threw their hands in the air probably and said, we'll take it. So it's a lesson for everybody. No one else's poor planning should dictate what you do. They adhere to you. But we'll move on, man.
I feel like this is not fair even though they're undefeated, it's not fair for the Steelers. I don't even think they've had a bye week yet.
What, not fair for the Steelers? No, it's not. They're going to have to play on, they're playing
today,
Wednesday.
And then they're playing on Monday again.
Yeah, no, it's not fair for the Steelers, but, yeah, hey, it is what it is, right? This is COVID. Hey, it's not fair, but, their bye week, I guess, is the extra time they've had between their last game and this game, I guess.
It ain't really that much time,
I guess. Nah, it's not.
It's just Sunday till Wednesday. Even though that is a good 10 days. But,
oh, yeah, that's a bye week right there. That's more than a bye week.
But they were prepared to play on Sunday.
They didn't think it was a bye week.
Then they were prepared to play on Monday. And then on Tuesday. And then, all right, now you're
Hey, I'm done with the NFL, man. I'm done.
It's crazy. We don't even need to list the inactives on the Ravens.
Yeah, listen, just 340, cut the TV on. You'll listen. It's a mess.
The Broncos are keeping Blake Bortles of all people away from their quarterback, from their facility, so they can have a quarterback.
Oh, Lord. Hey, listen, that's what you should do. And I just want to go out there on a limb and say, if the Broncos really wanted a quarterback for Sunday, we knew who they can call.
Man, Colin Kaepernick don't want COVID.
Oh yeah, he definitely don't. But that's all I'm saying. And don't forget that Eric Reed the same way. But hey, we won't get into that at the moment. Eric, I ain't forget though. And he's definitely a top tier safety. Well, he was.
College football.
Yeah, man.
It's very weird though because the top 6 or top 7 teams did not change at all. But
Didn't.
Ohio State hasn't played. What do you feel like a 4-team? What if a 4? I mean, look, they've only played 4 games so far. Everybody else in top 5 or top 6 played like 8 or 9 games.
Gotta remember they started late too.
Yeah.
So, and they only had 8 games in their season. So,
Do you think that that's fair if because Ohio State hasn't beaten anybody, except they beaten and it was a close game against Illinois, which that's one of the top teams.
Oh, Indiana,
my bad.
Indiana.
Number 12, Indiana.
Yeah, that was actually a very good game. No, yeah, I'm with you. They haven't really beaten anybody, and to your point, I think their game against Maryland have been postponed.
Yeah.
And so, are you saying like, do I think it's fair if a team with 6 games under their belt?
Well, first, do you think Ohio State should be at number 4?
Yeah, I know they've only played 4 games, but anybody with the eyes can tell you that they're one of the top 4 teams in the country. I can tell. I know. I can see that. I firmly.
What about
believe.
Florida? You think they're fully ahead of Florida?
Yes, I think Ohio State's better than Florida. Yes, I do. And I love Kyle Trask. I think Ohio State is better than Florida. I think Ohio State's defense is better than Florida.
So why else? The defense?
Their defense, the quarterback position, I definitely believe Justin Fields is better than Kyle Trask. And again, I love Kyle Trask. I think Justin Fields is better. Defense, definitely. And skill position, I don't want to say I do think Ohio State's receiving core is better than Florida's, but not by much. I think, Florida definitely has very good skill positions. Again, I just think Ohio State is the better football team. And this is piggybacking on what you saw at the end of last year, then what I've seen through 4 games this year. They've started a little slow in games, but they picked it up in all aside from the Indiana game, they've picked it up in all their games and pretty much dominated as you would expect. And in the Indiana game, look, you're not going to blow everybody out. It's not going to happen. But even in the Indiana game, listen, they found a way to pull it out. And that's against a very good Indiana, who unfortunately has lost their starting QB, actually, the next week for the season. But, I do believe Ohio State is better than Florida. I do. At this moment in time, I do. But I'm with you. I don't
know, man, because
I am with you.
You put Florida's, schedule and who they've been playing. Yeah, they lost a close game against Texas A&M, who is number 5 right now, but they beat the crap out of Georgia. I don't know.
Ooh.
They beat up Georgia. They have a close game against Texas A&M.
Yeah, Georgia's their definitely their highlight win, because again, I picked Georgia in that game, and to your point, they didn't win the game. They beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, I hate. Dang.
See, the only reason why I would have Ohio State okay at number 4 if they had readily handled other teams like how Alabama's been handling their opponents, and given Alabama usually don't play their big game their big strong teams, but they have been dominating their opponents way out the water. All the other I don't know. I just see a team with 4 wins. I don't really like them over a team. They played less than half of the games than Notre Dame, Clemson. Clemson's at 8-1. They played 9 games.
I get you and I feel it, but when I look at the rankings, okay, so Florida's at 6, A&M's at 5. And I hate doing this because they're in different conferences. I wholeheartedly believe if A&M, and even if it's on a neutral field, if A&M and Ohio State played, 100 times out of 100 times, I exaggerated, but I'd pick Ohio State. I wholeheartedly believe Ohio State is a better team than Texas A&M and Florida. I really, truly do. Oh man.
It's really Florida for me because they have, in my opinion,
Yeah, I know, but they lost to A&M head to head.
yeah, in a close game to A&M, who's doing really well.
And A&M
really
lost to. Dang, I forgot.
They lost earlier in the
I
league.
think it was like South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken.
It was
I believe so. I don't. No, I'm fully with you. We got a real
they lost
deal.
to
South.
oh
No,
my goodness.
They gotta be South. No. They gotta be South. Oh,
They lost to Clemson.
Oh yeah.
Top.
That don't count. That, yeah. I mean, well, it counts, but you get what we saying. I know listen, we got a real deal, debate here because I'm 100% with you.
No, I'm sorry. They lost to Alabama. I'm tripping. Number 1 team.
Okay.
And they got blown out by
okay.
Alabama.
That was next year. That was last year. But no, listen, I don't. It's difficult.
And then if Texas A&M wins out, that means they're beating Auburn and Tennessee, which isn't top teams this year, but because of this whole COVID thing, you have to take your wins where you get them. Those are good wins.
Tennessee is nothing to go. You don't want to tell your friend that, hey, I beat
yeah,
Tennessee.
but I mean, it's a COVID year, man. You have to take your wins wherever you take them.
But listen, this is what some people thought would happen when they announced, Big Ten, Pac-12 are coming back. 8-week condensed schedule, boom, 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 games back to back. No room to postpone games, got to cancel them. What happens if, in Ohio State or, right now it's just Ohio State out of the Pac-12 and Big Ten, pretty much. What happens if an Ohio State finishes the year 5-0?
They will finish the year undefeated. Their next
Michigan State and Michigan, so they'll finish the year 6-0.
Either 4-0, 5-0, 6-0. They're finishing undefeated.
The big question is, are they better?
And I think this is past that. Big Ten, I think they set out a rule that you need to play a certain number of games to even be in the championship. So if you can't even play in the Big Ten championship. I mean,
no. Okay, yeah. Now, if they don't reach that, threshold of the number of games, listen, it's gonna be by rules and regulations. Even if I know
but
the
I
number
think they're gonna
14,
have to bend the rule because how can you have a Big Ten championship without Ohio State? No matter how many teams you play.
That is. No, I'm sorry. This is one where I gotta say you cannot bend the rules on this one. This is one where I'm with you. It's funny. It's going to be funky. It's going to be goofy. And we'll be like, it's not right. Nothing's right. We shouldn't even be playing sports right now.
Yeah,
we're in a pandemic. So you got to throw that out the window. You know what I'm saying? And you got to go with the rules and guidelines you set. If a team does not have enough games under their belt to be eligible for the Big Ten title, they should, then I'm sorry, Ohio State can't be eligible. That's just what it is. Because 4 wins, I'm not going to lie. If they're not able to play Michigan and Michigan State and they end the season with 4 wins, I cannot have them. I cannot have them in the Big Ten title game, and I cannot have them in the college football playoffs. I know the season is wacky. I know that. And it would qualify for playing half their games. I think no, 5. You got to at least give me 5 games played. I wouldn't be able to take a 4-win team in the championship or their conference championship. I wouldn't be able to do that. I think that's unethical. It's just that's crazy. I wouldn't be able to do that. And it's unfortunately for Ohio State, they're besides Maryland, they're the only 2 teams that only play 4 games. Everybody else has played at least 5 games so far.
I was trying to see the exact number because I think when the Big Ten first started their season, they put out a number of games that you have to play in order, and I think it was 8. And it might be, I might be wrong here.
What, 8 games?
I believe, but I might be wrong here.
Oh, so you have to
it was a minimum of 6 games. So they have to play these last 2,
man, or else they ain't gonna be.
Or else it's gonna be Indiana versus Northwestern and hopefully Iowa. But Northwestern is up there 5-1.
That's fair
Iowa's
to me,
4-2.
That's fair to me. That's fine with me.
As an Ohio State fan, I would not like that. Even though I don't care for Ohio State or their fans.
I wouldn't either. But
I wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't either, but I mean, come on, man. You play 50% of your games on the season. You gotta understand that can't fly. That's a no-go. That can't fly. So I'm with you. For right now, I'll take Ohio State sitting at number 4. But to your point, they gotta finish out these last 2 games. Real quick, Notre Dame took down North Carolina 31-17. Ian Book, 279 passing yards and a touchdown. So they'll hold steady at number 2. Number 17, Texas, Daggett. We fell to Iowa State. 23-20. Brock Purdy, 312 yards through the air and a touchdown.
You like Iowa State jumping up mad spots here?
What did they jump up?
I think it might have been 9 or 5 spots. It was a lot of spots. But I mean, in my opinion, they only beat y'all by like 3 points. It was a field goal.
Oh yeah, Iowa State. What were they? 13? With the number 9. They moved 4 spots.
4 spots.
So they jumped
over
up
a missed
4
field goal
spots.
from you guys.
They jumped over Indiana.
Over teams that didn't play.
Miami. Oh, that's fine. You don't play. All right, next week when you play somebody.
What did they do wrong?
Nothing. You didn't play. It's not what you did wrong. You didn't do anything though, and this team did something. So we all, we always used to have these debates when they used to have the BCS or this too. Team got a bye week the last week of the season, and another team's playing and they blow them out. Why does the other team get? You're not getting penalized. I say this all the time. We live in a recency world. What have you done for me lately? This week you didn't do nothing for me. They did. So Miami, Oklahoma, Indiana, when they get back in, in motion, they win, they'll jump.
Now I know you were against teams like TCU and who was the UCF that were undefeated in these bad conferences.
Oh yeah, in years past.
Now we have BYU.
I know. And we've had. I feel like
Are you
Brigham
still against
Young,
them?
I feel like Brigham Young has been in this position before.
Last year they did pretty good, but they ended up with a loss.
They're usually like teetering, but they usually always sputter out.
So this year, are you also on the side opposing them?
I mean, that's been my calling all week. I just feel like the level of competition. But hey, I just said it. It's a funky, wacky season, man. So listen. They want to sneak in this season, you won't get no flack from Jason, man.
But
half of these teams,
I think it's almost impossible at this time.
Can't get their seasons completed.
I think it's impossible. They've already beat. They beat up Navy. That's how they started up.
They just.
That probably would have been their best win, maybe against Houston.
That's what I'm saying. Like teams, they can go undefeated. They're not.
And I think they're done with their games. No. They got one more game against San Diego State. That's on the 12th.
And then they're done.
They're done.
Yeah, they're not gonna get. It's just not. It's not gonna happen.
San Diego State isn't gonna make you jump anything.
No, not at all. So sorry, Brigham Young. Sorry about that. What else did we? Any other spoilers that we have? Oregon, number 15. I think I mentioned this game and you said Oregon was gonna spank them.
I don't think I said that.
I think you did.
I don't know. I don't think Oregon's good this year.
I know, but they were playing Oregon State, and whoever thinks Oregon State's good. But that's what happens, man. When it's a rivalry, 41-38, Oregon State took down their in-state rival, Oregon. Iowa, 26-20 over Nebraska. Number 24, Bama rolled over Auburn. Clemson handled Pittsburgh 52-17. LSU, they fell 20-7, man. They sold their soul for that title last
year. Have they won a game this year?
Oh, yeah, they're 3-4.
They're 3-4.
But they sold for
nah,
that.
Look, it's COVID. They couldn't. I don't know if they have a quarterback yet or not. They finally have got.
No, they don't have a
interceptions.
9 for 25, 118 yards.
They had to find somebody from anywhere, man. They had to get him off the parking lot.
Nah, he's a freshman.
Yeah, I mean,
he's
like,
friendly. Yeah, he's
but
a
like
freshman.
he wasn't the opening. You know what I'm saying?
Who was their opening quarterback?
We see 5 of them right there.
AJ Miles Brennan. I don't know. But
they've had a rough year.
It wasn't Joe Burrow. That's all that matters.
They've had a rough year, man.
Florida, 34-10 winners over Kentucky. Kyle Trask, he just 21 for 27, 3 touchdowns.
Heisman.
He's continuing this role. Kyle Pitts, His number one target, who's been out for a couple weeks now, he made his return just to the tune of 5 catches, 99 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns for Kyle Pitts in his return. Michigan State upset number 8 Northwestern 29-20. Indiana took down Maryland 27-11. And Coastal Carolina down at Texas State 49-14. So, to your point, man, hopefully Ohio State can get all their games in this week. They're supposed to be lining up against Michigan State. I think we both going to take Ohio State in that.
Who you got as your Heisman front runner, though?
Heisman front runner, I have Kyle Trask. I have Kyle Trask right now. He's lighting it up. Florida's been winning. I don't know. Actually, I don't have anybody else over Kyle at the moment. So, and I think he's gonna win it.
He's definitely gonna win.
I don't see him slowing down anytime soon. Definitely not. So
the only person I see even in that stratosphere would be Alabama quarterback Mac Jones.
Oh yeah.
Because Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence, we just haven't seen enough of them this year.
That's all it is. And Matt Jones, he got a stud at wide receiver, Devontae Smith. And his last 3 games, 27 catches, 518 yards, and 8 touchdowns. So, listen, that duo right now might just be getting started. So, listen, Matt Jones might be able to walk down Kyle Trask. But
this week coming up, we have West Virginia playing number 9 on Iowa State. Number 12, Indiana playing number 16, Wisconsin. This could be a big Big Ten game. That's going to be huge. Anything else that catches your eye?
Nah, it's not that many, eye catches this weekend, but that doesn't mean there won't be great games. Y'all know how it goes. On paper, the games are, it's nothing to watch. Next thing you know, you're on Saturday jumping on your couch because everything's coming down to the wire. I'm not gonna lie. This is a bit. Oh no, yeah. This is a rough stretch. This is rough. Yeah, this is a rough weekend.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. This is a very rough weekend. Sheesh. Yeah, nothing's jumping out at me in the football world, but in the basketball world, you know what I'm saying. In the basketball world, I'm gonna just recap some games running back to Monday real quick for y'all. Some ones I think are important. Oh, no, I won't, because we got those out the way, I believe. North Carolina took down UNLV. We did mention that, 78-51. They were able to handle them on Monday. Tuesday, Super Tuesday, yesterday, Michigan State was able to take down Duke 75-69. Aaron Murray, 14-5-5. Right now, Michigan State's look. I've watched 2 of their games so far. They've looked very, very good. Duke, we talked about this before the show. There's one of the teams that, they got a lot of new rotating freshmen in. I think that they're going to have an up and down year. They'll definitely be there in the tournament, but players are going to get COVID. It's just a fact. It's going to happen. Lineups are going to be shuffled. Games will be missed, so I think they might struggle a little bit.
Kentucky and Kansas, too. They will have them freshmen. They're just...
Yep. Especially Kentucky.
Up and down.
Sitting at 1-2 now.
Yeah, Kentucky lost by 3 against Kansas. It was a close game. I liked it.
I will say, though, I'm not super worried about Kentucky.
I'm not either.
Calipari always starts slow, man. It don't matter he got a full all season or not.
I love the way he coaches.
Yeah.
He's on 10, 24/7.
They come around always.
Y'all beat Indiana yesterday. Y'all handled them.
Yeah, 66-44. Good win, man. I actually caught the first half of this game. Didn't catch much else. And then North Carolina took down Stanford 67-63. Maui Invitational games, man. So, what do you think? What should they? So, all right. If games this season are having to be missed because of COVID, should they be postponed or canceled? What do you think? Like, the season started on time, so there may be time to, make up some of these games. But, if they're like a cross interconference game or, you got to cross the country to make it up, or is it worth it? What do you think? You think they should just cancel them all together, or I don't? Because I was thinking about that because like how football. I was thinking about college football, how they're doing it, or specifically the Big Ten, how they're just canceling games and not making games up. What I'm interested to see what they decide to do throughout the season. Is going to cancel games or will they postpone games? And I also want to know what happens if, God forbid, I hope it doesn't. There's 11 guys on the basketball team? What happens if 4 out of your 5 starters get it? Is next man up? Next man up? Are you playing with a short roster?
Don't they have JV in college? I think
there's
like a second team. I think there's a second team of hoopers that they have. I swear they do.
There's no second. There's no bringing guys up from the squad. There's none of that in college, bro.
I swear there is.
Nah, bro. They got intramural basketball. You could do that. But nah, there's no practice squad. There's no nothing. Who you got is who you got.
I'm still in the beginning of all, at the beginning of every season, I said that this season should not have been played.
For sure.
No, unless you're in a bubble, there's no reason to play this. These kids are playing for free. They don't get paid at all. I know they're gonna get big NBA payday if they do play well, but
some of them. But you gotta remember, majority of college athletes are not going professional.
But I'm just using the argument that they say that's how that they will get paid.
Yeah, I don't.
But at this point, we know that colleges are doing this because the colleges are getting paid.
Yeah, for sure.
And they clearly don't care about no player safety.
And I know the players want to play too. Granted, 9 out of 10 players.
Sure, I want to play basketball too.
99.9% of the players will tell you, "Let us play. Let us play."
So what, man? Who cares what players think?
Listen, I'm just interested to see what happens.
But I think to answer your question, it's supposed to be you're supposed to postpone it, especially in basketball. You have it's easier to play. You can play your joint on Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday. It's easier than football to reschedule, and it's less people to reschedule. They can't start canceling games, especially at the very beginning of the season, because then you're just gonna essentially cancel it out. There's nothing you can do.
The one thing I will say that kind of I think makes it maybe a little tricky is the fact that they have, I forgot, it literally just clicked in my head, that they usually play multiple games in a week in college basketball. That's my only, because now it just dawned on me. I'm thinking, oh, you're postponing one game. What if you got 2 games within 4 days? Now, what are we doing here? Are we? Yeah, I don't want to. I don't mean make your brain fried, but I forgot they usually play multiple games. So, what if you got to postpone all your games for the week, or cancel all your? Listen. Woo! Good luck. They're probably gonna go to the next man up approach or something. But yeah, it just dawned on me. But hopefully today's games don't get canceled because we got a full slate. And it was actually, let me get to the ones that are actually in motion at the moment. Because at the moment, if I can pull it.
There's none at the moment, but in 10 minutes.
It's not at the moment?
Your team tips off against North Carolina. Number 17, Texas, is playing number 14, UNC. 4 p.m.
It's women's. Okay, we'll actually flip over to that side in a second. Yeah, North Carolina, Texas. Woo! Go Texas.
West Virginia is at number 11, playing number 1, Gonzaga.
Jimmy V Classic, that's what that game is in.
Hopefully West Virginia wins.
I think Gonzaga wins by at least 10, man.
I think Gonzaga
they got them by
as
at least
well,
10.
but I need Iowa at that number 1 spot.
Missouri taking on number 21, Oregon, who's playing their first game of the season today. I think I'm going to go with Missouri, seeing as they already have a game under their belt. They might be a little less rusty. And the nightcap tonight.
Best game of tonight.
Yep.
5 Illinois playing number 2 Baylor.
I think I mentioned before, Illinois had won 2 of their first 2 games by 55 plus points. Baylor is just coming off a runaway victory. So to your point, this is shaping up to be the best game of the evening, Jimmy V Classic as well. And here
tomorrow,
we go.
even though Iowa, my bad.
Here we go. Starting already. Canceled. Number 19,
man.
Richmond and Charleston. Postponed is St. Joseph's, and number 12, Villanova. So I guess it's going to be on whatever the conference team decide to do. It's whatever they decide to do. But you were saying, what you say, tomorrow?
Well, on that, in my opinion, as long as it's... See, I think it depends on the type of game that's being played. Like, go back to the canceled game, true. Richmond versus Charleston. Come on now. That's... I think even their athletic directors know that, all right, come on. We don't need to play this game if there's issues here.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on. Now, Villanova playing St. Joseph's.
And those are two,
postponed.
I think they're both in closer proximity, too, because Villanova is definitely in Pennsylvania. And I believe St. Joe's is in Pennsylvania. Or is that New York? I believe they're Pennsylvania. Please give me. Y'all ready? Yep. They're in Pennsylvania as well. So, again, easy peasy. Hey, meet at the spot, 5 o'clock. Boom. 10 minutes, they both there. Yeah, to your point,
and
Charleston.
Those are two, yeah, and Villanova, that's an important game. If St. Joseph's does end up winning that joint, it's a big game now. Charleston versus Richmond. It's not offensive or anything, but come on now.
He said, "Come on."
That's like if Iowa and Michigan were debating in college football whether they need to play their game or not. Look, man, just call them, hey, Iowa, look, you can take a break.
He said, Charleston, come on, man.
I know number 19, Richmond, they're number 19, but look.
He said, come on now. And yeah, Richmond was the one that canceled it. They canceled the game. But tomorrow, Iowa, number 3 Iowa, taking on Western Illinois. Yep. That should be they'll move on to 3-0. Number 7 Kansas is taking on Washburn, who does not even have a logo for their school, so that should be a wash. And sheesh. Temple Villanova postponed for tomorrow. St. John's Texas Tech.
Wait, is it Villanova with the issues now? Is it Villanova with the COVID issue? Why is Villanova?
Yeah, it's Villanova. It only makes sense because you feel me? St. Joe's canceled, this canceled. Villanova got an outbreak going on, but again,
it seemed like I was wrong earlier.
Temple, another school within the same state, so they've gotten lucky that their first 2 games are, 2 games that they postponed are 2 teams that are in the same state as them, but. What? Why you say that?
I might have been wrong because, hey, if they're canceling and postponing things this early in the season, it's only been, 3 games in?
I told you the opening weekend they had a joint where I'm telling you, man.
Just wrap this up right now while people are still healthy.
They are not going to. You see college football. Ohio State is out there about to play at maximum probably 6 games this season, and people is acting like...
And that's the max.
And people's acting like that. That's all cool and dandy. They're at risk of playing 4 games this season. And folks will still make an argument that they should be in the college football playoffs if they play 4 games. Listen, I love sports. We got a sports show, but damn, we be prioritizing the wrong things, man. Sheesh. It's ridiculous. But on the ladies side of college basketball, man, I actually want to flip it over real quick for the ladies.
Top over there, man.
For the ladies.
Sadly, I haven't been watching that much.
I haven't watched that much men's or women's college basketball at the moment.
Yeah, I feel like it's too much sports right now.
There's so much going on.
And the NBA is coming right back in like a week. So
hope December 22nd. I think they already got it.
Preseason's already about to start up.
I'm with you. There's so much happening. You're like, do I watch the football game or do I watch the basketball game or do I watch if you're looking, Champions League is on today. I'm about to go hit the split screen right now and have everything popping. South Carolina holding down number 1, sitting at 3-0 so far, followed by Stanford 1-0. UConn, our ladies, they ain't played yet. Baylor sitting at number 4 at 1-0. Rounding out the top 5 is Louisville at 2-0. Mississippi State, Arizona, NC State, UCLA, and Oregon finish out the top 10. shoot.
So sad Maryland has dropped so far.
Yeah, man. 14.
Maryland's women
Sitting at
so
2-1. Right now, it's this season. You know, I usually beat the UConn drum heavy. Doom, doom, doom. Boy, the past couple, South Carolina is. I think they take it again. I really like South Carolina. I think they take it again. And right now, Texas A&M is playing Lamar for women's basketball.
They opening ranked them 28th, 29th in the league. Wasn't they like top
Nah,
three
that's how
last
many.
year?
Who? Them?
Yeah.
Nah, that's how many first place votes they got.
Oh, I thought that was last year. I mean,
Nah.
last week's top 25.
Nah, that's how they first place. Texas A&M is up on Lamar right now for the ladies, 21-19. Whew, number 19 Ohio State, 103-47 over Kent. Over Kent State. Syracuse plays Lipa this afternoon. But hold on, excuse me, y'all. They got an abbreviation. This team don't got a logo either. Lincoln, PA Lions. Oh, so okay, I know what that is. That's probably like an offshoot of a big college. Damn, why are they making them? Dang, well, how much they getting paid for that one? Iowa State takes on TCU. Mississippi State takes on Nevada. Number 25 Texas takes on Louisiana Tech. So that's this evening for women's basketball, man. And I think that's it, man. Just wrap it up real quick. Just because they got a couple games going on right now. Soccer, I believe the Champions League is back at the moment. Borussia Dortmund is up 1-0, up 1-0 at halftime over Lazio. Club Brugge is up 1-0 over St. Petersburg.
Barcelona!
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3-0 at halftime. Halftime, folks, over Ferencvaros. We're going to go with that. Antonio Griezmann, that's my boy. He had a goal in the 14th minute.
Barcelona!
Juventus up 1-0 at halftime over Dynamo Kiev. They took down Dynamo Kiev 2-0, November 25th, last month. Manchester United and PSG. Ooh, I'm about to go cut on a good one. We got a 1-1 dead meat at halftime currently. Neymar kicked off the scoring in the 6th minute with the goal, followed by Rashford for Manchester United in the 32nd minute.
Watch that score. Stay like that.
I just want you guys to know, I have won all my soccer parlays for the day already. Just know that. Because everybody's already has over 0.5 goals scored in their game.
That's all you put.
It's a safe, easy bet. Hits every time. The only time I don't win is when I go less than 4.5 goals. More. Yeah, it's terrible. And Chelsea, to wrap it up real quick, is up 1-0 over Sylvia FC. So that wraps it up.
Shout out to everybody.
I was wrap it up.
You have any shout outs? You don't shout out your friends on here, man.
Shout out all my friends, man. Shout out Monte. Shout out Bruce. Shout out Margaret. Happy birthday, Yamu. I love you. Happy birthday, Yamu. And congrats again. Shout out my homeboy Dave. Who else we got out there? Shout out Deo, even though I gotta have a talk with you, man.
What?
Shout out Mike. I'll tell you when the cameras is off. Shout out to my man Mike. Who else? Millie. Shout out to you.
Oh,
he's actually about to get back.
We gotta play his new song next episode.
I bet Friday.
Yeah.
We got you.
Shout out to everybody listening in Bronx, Memphis, New York, Gaithersburg, Bridgeport, Temple Hills, Hyattsville, San Francisco, Murfreesboro, Kensington, Henderson, Cincinnati, San Diego, Richardson, Washington, Brussels, Brussels, Belgium, Baltimore, Potomac, Lexington, Atlanta, Germantown, Concord, Rockville, Hagerstown, and of course Silver Spring. We love, and Russia. Whoever's in Russia, let us know who you are, bro. You
let us
every
know. Day. Yeah, shout out my sister as well. She just got her little microphone and stuff, so she's gonna start her little podcast for incarcerated ladies. When that drops, we will let you know. Tune in. Thank y'all all for listening. For real, let us know where y'all at, man. Let us know,
especially you in Russia.
Let us know who you are, where y'all at, man. We get a little
DM some questions on the show.
FaceTime going. I want to see your face. I want to know who are you. Let me know. J&J every day. We out.
Have a great day.